I've seen the Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford many times. This time it moved from my top 10 films of all time straight into my top 5. Because this isn't just a great movie, it's an incredible filmmaking achievement. And somehow it still feels overlooked.
He regretted neither his robberies nor the 17 murders that he laid claim to. He had seen another summer under in Kansas City, Missouri. And on September 5th, in the year 1881, he was 34 years old.
Director Andrew Dominik doesn't just retell history, he reimagines it in this masterpiece. Just before we get into it, I make deep dives on these kind of films that stay with you, from cult favourites to timeless classics. If you're into that, please consider subscribing. Brad Pitt gives a devilish, magnetic performance as Jesse James, a man who you end up loving but at the same time hating. While Casey Affleck captures Robert Ford with this nervous, starry-eyed obsession that's both heartbreaking and unsettling. Together they embody one of the most fascinating true stories ever told, the betrayal and murder of America's most infamous outlaw. This film is dreamlike, slow, drifting, poetic, and it's all about myth, mortality, and envy. There's this constant undercurrent of tension that hums beneath every quiet scene. You feel the inevitability of what's coming long before it arrives. The editing, the cinematography, the score, they're almost otherworldly. Cinematographer Roger Deakins takes such a unique approach that works so well for the story. He tells it like memory. Every frame looks like an old photograph come to life, just soaked in myth and the past. He adds a wonderful blurry effect to so many shots to make you feel like you are remembering the story yourself or travelling back in time, and that's what makes it feel so absorbing. Nick Cave and Warren Ellis's music is sensational. It's mournful, brilliant, thought-provoking, and it lingers with you long after the film ends, and it's such a good fit for the style of the film. And there's a voiceover throughout that's soft and poetic and ties everything together. It's taken straight from the novel and it gives the film this incredible weight. When we first see Jesse standing alone in a field, the voiceover describes him with such conviction and such interesting words taken from the novel that you instantly know you're watching something special. The way the film intertwines the novel is incredibly done. The words just flow incredibly well alongside the immersive images, and together they pull you back in time, as if the legend itself is reaching back from the past and pulling you. Andrew Dominik's goal isn't just to depict events, it's to make you really feel the legend. Moments like Jesse walking alone through the field, or quietly rocking in his chair, contemplating his fate, they're almost spiritual. There's several moments in this film, people just looking at each other, but there's so much going on underneath the surface that you just really feel the subtle nods and looks and gestures throughout. At the heart of it is the relationship between Jesse and Robert Ford. You can feel it slowly unravelling, scene by scene, until suspicion and admiration start to blur together dangerously.
Yeah, I'll wager that's the first and last time you'll ever be caught off guard.
How old are you?
20. Except, well, I guess I won't really be 20 till January, so I'm 19.
Yeah, you feel older than that though, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
And there's that incredible moment where Jesse jokingly toys with Robert, pulling out a knife out of nowhere. For a split second it's playful, they're laughing, but then the laughter stops and the threat becomes real. You just feel the air being sucked out of the room. And then just as suddenly, Jesse turns it all back into a joke, leaving both Robert and us as the audience completely unsure of where things are or what's coming next. And it's an example of Brad Pitt's incredible performance just to go from likeable to complete nutty fruitcake maniac insanity.
I'll creep up behind that cashier and I'll cock his head back like so. And I'll say, how come an off-scouring of creation like you still sucking air with so many mining coffins? I'll say, how did you get to reach your 20th birthday without leaking out all of your clothes? And if I don't like his attitude, I will slit that Phil Doodle so deep he will flop on the floor like a fish. My God, what just happened?
These interactions are the perfect mix of unease and affection, jokes being told, layered over dread. When Jesse starts laying into Robert at the dinner table, it's like he's digging and digging, just trying to expose the real Robert underneath. Maybe even trying to understand him and why he feels he has to do what he's going to do, why he's planning to kill him, why he wants this admiration, why he wants this notoriety. So there's tension, but also a strange intimacy. Both men respect each other, both even like each other. But in a time where outlaws had prices on their heads and legends lived or died by rumour, there's too much on the line for either to truly trust the other. It becomes this fascinating study of pressure, friendship, and of fame itself, because even back then people were chasing recognition, chasing immortality, and the way people found it was not social media or blowing up on a platform, it was killing someone else. And that's what Robert desperately wants. He wants to be known as Jesse, be known with the same affection as Jesse, the same legend. And it's just crazy because that's what we have in today's times. People look at famous people and they want to be known like them. Luckily, they don't have to kill them these days to get that notoriety. The last half hour of this film is incredible. It's one of the best half hours at the end of a film I've ever seen. The quality of the scenes bumps the film up already from a masterpiece to something monumental. We watch the aftermath, the price of what Robert has done, the legend, and it hits you harder than you expect. To this day, it's one of my favourite sequences in all of cinema. Throughout this whole film, every glance, every pause, every passing comment begins to carry weight. It's like it all stacks up until the dread finally catches up with you. Brad Pitt had something different inside him for this role. His eyes are ice cold, distant, yet full of grief as well. Like, you can tell there's somewhat of a good person in that. It really is more than a performance. It's as if he becomes the legend himself. And Casey Affleck matches him note for note. Like, this film made me realise that Casey Affleck is up there with the greatest actors. He's not very well known, but this film is just a big time legendary performance, so he really deserves recognition. He perfectly captures the mix of admiration and resentment, the way that young men sometimes idolise greatness until they destroy it. He plays Robert as both villain and victim, a boy desperate to matter. That's what makes this film so powerful. You end up sympathising with both men, the outlaw and the coward, the legend and the one who wanted to be him. It's just tension in every conversation, every moment of silence. It just feels so heavy. It's a film that doesn't rush, it pulls you in, slowly but surely. And if I could give it more than 5 stars, I really would. Because for me, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford isn't just one of my favourite films of all time. I believe it might just be one of the greatest films ever made. If you want to keep exploring more films like this on my channel, there's another deep dive on screen now. Thank you for watching.